Hi there, welcome to Grillin' with Gramps. My name is Matt Brady, aka Gramps, and aka Gringo Loco. Anyways, today we're going to be making some nice red hot salsa. This is the recipe. Whoop! There's the tomatoes. Put me on the map. So this was recipe I kind of came up with over several years. Kind of perfected it during COVID. Started packaging it and selling it on Facebook since then. So what we're doing now is we're putting the tomatoes on boil. Okay. Okay, that's step one. Step two, coming up next. All right, step two for my hot red salsa. I'm going to be grilling up some bell peppers, jalapenos, onion, and garlic. I just put some extra virgin olive oil on them, and I will put some salt on them. Put in the air fryer until they get a little bit dark. All right, step three coming up. All right, so the peppers are in my air fryer. I'm gonna hit air fry, 400 degrees, probably somewhere in 9 minutes or so. So we'll check on them. Tomatoes are boiling. Got 5 yummy tomatoes. I don't know what kind of tomatoes, but they had a vine on them. So yeah. Okay, while we're waiting for that, we'll clean up our mess here. So with the jalapenos, depending on how much heat you like, you can cut them in half, take out the membrane and the seeds to make it less hot, or you could leave, the membrane is really the hottest part. So everybody thinks, oh, the seed's too hot, but it's really the membrane that makes a pepper hot or not hot, I guess. So we're just using jalapenos as the spice level for this salsa. Typically, I will use habaneros, reaper peppers, ghost peppers, serranos sometimes. So for this one, I'm gonna add a little lime as well. And we'll wait until this is done and then we'll continue on. So I got some cilantro and onion here. I like to mix my peppers and tomatoes together in a blender. We'll go over the steps when we get there, but I do like to dice up my onions and cilantro. I think cilantro to me is one of my favorite herbs. It's underrated, and you can use it in just about anything really. So I like to finely chop that along with white onion, and then also some green onion. Oh, we got a fire. We're good. So, and then I'll also add the lime while it's mixing in the blender. And this is my first show, I guess. I say a lot, huh? Sorry. I actually got started because my daughter, who lives in Tennessee, I'm in Northern California, she wanted me to write out recipes, and instead, talking with my wife, we were like, why don't you just video them? And she came up with the term Grillin' with Gramps. So that's how all this started. So Erin, if you're watching, pay close attention. That's my daughter, Erin. And her 2 sons, Grayson and Jameson, call me Gramps. Well, Grayson does. Jameson doesn't talk quite yet. But anyways, Colton is her husband. They live in Tullahoma, Tennessee. So hopefully they're watching this. If they want to make hot salsa, they're not huge on heat like me, my wife, and my son are, and my dad. But anyways, I digress. I'll be back. Okay, we got some finely diced green onions, white onions, and cilantro. I did wash my hands, just so you know. Okay. And we're gonna cut a lime, because we're gonna add the juice of one whole lime into the salsa. So we're getting pretty close here. Tomatoes are pretty much done once you see the skin start to come off, and that's something I do take off when I make my salsa. So I'll be right back. All right, we got the tomatoes are done. I like to pull them out, take out the stem, and take off the skin. I usually have a cool little tomato stem puller outer thing, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to use a knife. I would video this, but I have to hold the phone. I promise you I will be getting a tripod that will follow me in the future. But at this step, 5 tomatoes, taking out the core, taking off the skin, putting it in the cool Ninja blender. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'll be back. So total cook time was about 8 minutes or so for the tomatoes in the boiling water, and the peppers as well. Peppers are in, tomatoes are in, garlic, onion. And remember, we'll be adding more onion, cilantro, not that, and green onions after it's done and mixed together. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. Okay, and then I'm gonna add the juice of 1 lime. Okay, got half a lime in there, squeezing that in. All right. The optional thing you can do here at this point is add a few chili de arbos, which are dried chilies, which look like this. So I usually will heat these up on a skillet, maybe a little olive oil, but I'm just gonna throw a few in for a little extra heat, a little added flavor. Okay. Okay. Okay, everything's in the blender, ready to go. Remember, we got chili de arbos, a few grilled onions, 2 whole jalapenos, sliced in half, mostly deveined, 5 tomatoes with their juice, half a red bell pepper, half a green bell pepper, and the garlic that was also roasted with them. 1 juice from 1 lime, and 1 drop of red food coloring, just to make it a little more presentable. Okay. And what I do usually is just kind of pulse it a few times. And then just let it go for about 15-20 seconds. Okay. Ooh, and if you could smell that. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a bowl. Excuse me. Put this in a bowl and add the green onion, cilantro mixture. Okay, here's what we're looking at. salsa. I just put in the onions, cilantro, and green onions. Mix thoroughly here. It's kind of a very orangish color. That's what happens when you mix green and red. So that's what we're dealing with. But we'll give it a taste test here and see how it is. Chip, taste test. Pretty good. Spice level is not too hot. Once this marries together, sitting in the fridge for a while, obviously it'll be better, but I like the product so far. So, okay, well, I don't know what else to tell you, but try it out. The cool thing about cooking is experiment, have fun. Sometimes it works great, sometimes not so good, but you can always pick up tips on YouTube or TikTok or whatever social media you're on. But to me, I've always enjoyed cooking. Remember when I was a kid, probably 13, 14, 15 years old, I would make a menu and it was strictly for breakfast. That's all I knew how to cook at that age. But I'd have omelets, waffles, pancakes, bacon. So I've always enjoyed it. And obviously it's not my career, but it's a hobby that I love to do. I love to bring food to, parties or any social events. I like to bring stuff I make. So, but enjoy. This is my first of hopefully many videos. Grilling with Gramps. One of these days we'll be golfing with Gramps as well. Like my shirt. That's what I do. I play golf and I know things. Okay. Salutations.